All right, we're on. Okay, perfect. So our group is going to be presenting on Allegiant Airlines. All right, Joshua, go ahead.
All right. Mm, So, 1 second. All right. Allegiant Airlines is a ultra low cost airline that focuses on small to medium sized cities for its routes. It was founded in 1997 and has grown from just two routes all the way up to 300 routes in 2024. Despite industry struggles with COVID and other issues, Allegiant Air has remained consistently profitable over the last several years as a low cost airline. Allegiant could improve um, Allegiant could improve all of it, any issues it has by expanding its services to other markets. The purpose of this slideshow is to establish what that is, and you've decided that the market that we want to expand to is Hawaii. These are good targets for the airline to expand to. Next slide. All right. Now, Allegiant Air is a Part 121 carrier that is based in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Allegiant Air has been a competitive airway in the low cost carrier market. The airline caters to laid back travelers, offering affordable traveling options for anybody, but especially prioritized towards those more affordable options. Since the founding of the airline in 1997, Allegiant has connected to smaller airports and popular destinations in the United States. Um, now, Allegiant Air is a Part 121 carrier, and it offers scheduled flights with a fleet of 50 Boeing and 108 Airbus aircraft, totaling 158 aircraft in its fleet. The airline offers a no frills approach for passengers, offering basic amenities with options for additional services at extra cost. Right now, the current challenges that have been established are punctuality, reliability, and customer service. Customer satisfaction regarding service quality has had areas of concerns in Allegiant's history. Allegiant Air could improve its customer service and expand with its operation, expanding the route network to include more business and international destinations. Could bring in new revenue streams for the airline. Allegiant Air continues to improve in the competitive industry of aviation while maintaining commitment to affordability in air travel. And this will be next slide, Sherwin's.
All right.
So I'll go over the history of Allegiant. They were founded in 1997 in Fresno, California. And in 1999, the company began scheduled passenger services between Fresno and Las Vegas with a DC-9 aircraft. In December of 2000, Allegiant filed for bankruptcy, and the guy that took it over after that was Maurice Gallagher. And then he gained control of the business during that, and he restructured the airline to a low-cost model and moved the headquarters and operations to Las Vegas, where they remain today. Gallagher is the innovator of the aviation industry and the chairman board of Allegiant as of today. After they exited the bankruptcy, they entered into a long-term contract with Harris, and they started building like a travel industry where you can book your flights and your hotels together. And they wanted to create kind of like a travel experience for their customers. And then see, they've been profitable ever since for many years. And into, let's see, 2017. Sorry, they switched their fleet of the MD-80s to like aircraft, or sorry, to Airbus, like an all Airbus fleet after that. And then they became a charter company after that, and they've been consistently profitable each year. They connect leisure travelers from small cities with their air service to popular destinations today. But their ticket purchases can only be made online through their website or at the ticket counters. And they have also, will you do the next slide, please?
Oh, yep.
Their main focus has been air travel for the most part. They are also accompanied with major credit card companies, and they also have their own resort as well as a destination. As you can see here in this photo, the Allegiant stayed in Las Vegas is where their headquarters are. But ever since then, they have been a successful airline and have remained successful through the down economies and COVID. And that's it for me.
All right, perfect. So now I'm going to go over the current business operations. Shailen touched up on this a little bit, but Allegiant is a low-cost airline, meaning that they try to keep costs down to a minimum in order to appeal to a greater market of people that might look for more budget flights. They choose price over quality, which means that things like seating and space and even comfort, they'll be minimized in order to keep prices down at the lowest possible. So where other airlines might have little things like TVs and leg space, um, Allegiant won't have on most of their aircraft just to be able to keep those prices compatible. They've been a very profitable airline. Even through times like COVID, where lots of airlines were almost bankrupt, they were able to keep pushing on and actually rose quite a bit during that time. So they've been pretty successful over the years. And another big part of the business strategy is connecting smaller cities with larger, more premier locations in order to hit markets that um, haven't been hit by bigger airlines in places like Salt Lake or Phoenix or other like bigger cities. So the way that one of the strategies works in terms of pricing is by keeping ticket prices at a minimum, like I talked about before. They price these tickets low to compete with other airlines, but tickets are just enough for them to break even. So the real money they make is actually on other charges and services like seat selection, carry-ons, and checked bags. And that's where they make a lot of their money. A lot of other airlines won't charge for things like that, but Allegiant has found a way to charge for that and make money, but still keep their costs as a whole a lot cheaper than other airlines. In their current operations, they fly out of about 117 different airports, and their fleet right now consists of 126 aircraft, but they have quite a few more that they're waiting for. And then they have plans to roll out 14 new routes, generally in the East Coast, because right now a lot of their locations are in the West, so they just want to expand to a a greater audience. All right, Ethan.
Awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the company's future and ways that they could improve, get a better profit margin. So in order for companies to increase profits, they either need to increase the cost of their product or sell more of it. With Allegiant's history of being an ultra low cost carrier, their only real option is to increase sales by expanding to new markets. In an article titled A Two-Stage Decision Dependent Stochastic Approach for Airline Flight Network Expansion, the authors suggest that expanding to new markets can be so beneficial for an airline that leasing other aircraft to accommodate the expansion can be financially viable. Ideally, an airline would prefer to own all of their aircraft to avoid extra costs, but that may not always be possible for smaller airlines such as Allegiant. By leasing new aircrafts, Allegiant can find a cheaper way to expand to new markets and increase brand recognition, at least in the short term. Next slide. So Hawaii is an ideal place for Allegiant to expand to. It's a popular tourist destination and fits in with Allegiant's branding as a travel company. Bigger airports such as Daniel K. Inouye International Airport could be too competitive and saturated for a smaller airline like Allegiant. And also, I want to apologize. A lot of these names I'm probably gonna butcher just because I'm not from Hawaii. But I'll go ahead and continue. Smaller airports like Lihue Airport. I'm sorry, stay on that last slide if you don't mind. You're good. Smaller airports like Lihue Airport and Kalahui Airport make great options for Allegiant. Next slide. Allegiant regularly flew to Hawaii at one point, but had to terminate that route in 2017. The route would just put too much wear and tear on Allegiant's old fleet of Boeing 757s, and expensive D-checks would be required every 6 years to keep operations up and running. In addition, Allegiant was receiving criticism over delays and safety concerns at the time, largely due to their aging aircrafts. Now that Allegiant has upgraded to an almost entirely Airbus A320 fleet, many of these concerns should be resolved. In addition, Allegiant could capitalize on marketing by helping passengers reserve hotels and rental cars. Next slide.
All right. So just in conclusion, regardless of Allegiant's short history in comparison to other airlines, they have risen to become a very popular regional. Through Allegiant's expansion to Hawaii, we believe that they can position themselves as one of America's top airlines. Perfect. And then here we just have some of our references. I believe it's 3 slides of references. Go through. Perfect. That's it. Let me